Good morning guys, welcome back to the channel. It's been a while since we've done any work in this thing. The 155 is back. It's my first day doing any work with her since she's been repaired. For anyone that hasn't been watching the channel, we had to have a new gasket in the gearbox. They've done a load of other stuff whilst it was there. She's back, she's ready to go. We've got the sprayer on. Today we're going to go and put the T1 on the wheat. It's the first day we've had where we've been able to do it. It's just been raining constantly here. So we've got a dry day today, so we're going to crack on and do it. So at the minute I'm just filling up with some water out of our clean water tank. So I need just over 2,000 litres for the first tank full. I can't do it in one tank full, the area I need to do, so I've got to split it in half. We'll put just over 2,000 litres in there, and then we'll put the chemical in. So all the chemicals here ready to go. Next thing I need to do is put my sprayer suit on. Quite the transformation, I know. Right, so we'll get set up now for putting that chemical in. We've got 3 different things we're putting in the tank mix. One is magnesium for the plant, and the other 2 are fungicides. There's one called Diadem, and the other one's called Clayton, something or other. I don't really know. But Gus is there doing a bit of ferreting around, so he's come to help. But we'll get the inductor down, and my gloves, and my mask, and we'll get some chemical. Right, we're all loaded up. Got to sort out the computer a minute and tell it what we're spraying. Gus absolutely stinks because he went and stood in the muck heap, which is there. Don't know if anyone else is the same as me, but I keep a little book in the tractor just so I can write things down as I'm going. So when I'm outside, I can write down exactly what I need to load in the sprayer, take that out with me, and then I've got it to hand instead of having to keep coming back and looking in my folder. Now we're spraying properly. Hey! I had it in manual, not in auto. So I'm a goon. Right, I think I got all my bits ironed out. I had a nozzle that was blocked, so I changed that one for another one. I've gone round the obstacle in the field. Now we're on up and down work. It's not so bad, but problem with doing so little spraying, trying to remember how to do it all again in a hurry, and yeah, it's a big machine to put in the wrong place, if you know what I mean. I think we're there now. The tram lines are incredibly tacky. Obviously it's been very wet. Spraying conditions are fine. I spread fertiliser here yesterday when it was dry, but carrying the fert spinner is a lot different to carrying the sprayer because you're not having to tug it through tram lines with you. Drop the booms down a bit. But we're getting there, we're doing alright. I've taken to going a lot slower to do the spraying. It means I can run the nozzles at a lot lower pressure, which they're better for. These nozzles that I'm using now run best at about 1.5 bar, and we're on sort of 1.9. So that's good. Gives you a lot more time to watch everything when you're going a bit slower. You see that side's turned off now because I had to do a loop around that station in the middle there. The section control's working nicely. The wind's picked up a bit. Makes you realise how good a job these low drift nozzles do. They just fire it straight down. Apologies to whoever combines this field. There is some pretty deep ruts in the bottom here. So we're just back in the yard, getting ready to fill up. Just writing out how much chemical I need for my field sizes. I have this guide with me because we've got margins around a lot of the fields. It tells me how big the fields are and how big they are with the margins around them, so that I can accurately put in the right amount of chemical, because some of the fields it makes quite a bit of difference, the bigger ones especially, how much of an area the margin is. So I've got all the chemical I need written down, so we'll go and fill up the sprayer. So we're all mixed up again. The second load for the wheat. I got a load to do for the oats as well this afternoon, so we'll do the wheat now before lunch, hopefully, or most of it, some of it. Let's go spray some wheat. More stuff scratching the mirrors. I need a man named John with his chain tool there. That'll soon sort that out. Alright, back out after lunch. I have got my other camera out there on the boom, but he looks like he's looking into the sky, so we'll adjust that one in the next field. Ever wondering what the paperwork is that I'm doing, I record a lot of the information that we need to keep for our Red Tractor files on the actual recommendation sheet that Mark sent us through. So at the minute I'm just writing in the date and time, and I fill the rest of it out afterwards. Also keep our own tractor form, as we call it, as a record. And that gets transferred onto the computer system, so that anyone that wants to know what's happened to this field can view it. Next job is to reset my counters, so I know how much fuel I'm using in the field. So we just reset to 0, okay. And that's us ready. I've also got to tell it where we are, otherwise I don't know to spray. Right, so that's that done. Don't want to be overlapping. Now this field is rather appropriately named Poor Field. It's one of the lowest lying fields on the farm. It's pretty wet. I mean, it's very wet. And I've used my fair share of colourful language whilst spraying and spreading fertiliser in this one. I wouldn't want to be the bloke combining it this year, that's for sure. Tom struggled to drill it because it was so wet in the autumn, and his drill sort of made ridges, and where he'd made the ridges on the edge of the drill pass each time, the water had sat, and it hadn't been able to get away anywhere, because there is a drain along the bottom of the field, but the water just couldn't get to it. So whether we drill it the other way next year or do a bit of drainage work first, don't know. I definitely missed this arrangement from the other tractor. The cab's obviously a bit more roomy as well, and everything's on the command arm, whilst this one was being repaired driving the other one. But for people that are doing any work that have got an Isobus implement on, say you've got two implements that have got Isobus, I would definitely recommend this, because it makes your life so much easier. I blocked the nozzle, so I've got to go out and change it in a minute. Turns out we didn't block a nozzle, it just spun round on the nozzle holder. So we've got that fixed. Right, so I've got 1.5 passes of the field left, and I've run out of spray, so I've just got to go and let a little bit through from the holding tank into the main tank, and that'll wash the sprayer out then on the last pass, which will be ideal. It's a pity I can't do that from the cab, but there you are, that's life. On other sprayers you probably can. If you had a slightly higher spec one you probably could. Now I want to change that to manual and dump them all up. So we're just going back up the headland now. Homeward bound finished. And we're just going to let out everything we've got in the lines till it runs out. It's pretty well all water now, so it won't hurt it. We're going on to oats next, so it's a slightly different chemical. And although the particular one we're using probably won't hurt having some of this on it, it's always good practice to wash it out between crops and between chemicals. Right guys, that's going to about do it on today's video. Thanks for watching. Got a bit more spraying done, that's good. I would have put it at the beginning of the video, but I'll put it again now. I have my Instagram and my Snapchat somewhere along the bottom of the screen, so feel free to go and follow me on there. I try and respond to every comment on the videos and every message on Snapchat and Instagram people send me. And most of the time I do, so if you've got any questions or there's anything you want to know, then please do send me a message and I'll try and get back to you. If you haven't already, then please subscribe to the channel. We're very close to 4,000 subscribers right now, which is amazing. And last but not least, if you could do me a massive favour and give the video a thumbs up, that would be spot on. So thanks for watching guys. See you on another video very soon. Cheerio.
Davey, very important work.
Very important work.
Way up to Pete.
I'm buying myself some new work boots.
Oh, okay. Having trouble finding them?
No, I found them.
Right.
I'm now very, very busy writing into the credit card log how much I've spent.
Oh, right. Okay. No, you're not.
What else do we want?
P45, Mr. Misselbrook?
That's out of my jurisdiction. That is.
Oh,
It's
right,
not,
okay.
not my department now. You have to ask Dr. LeGrice for such things.
Right. No problem. Here's a bag. Around the corner, you'll see another bag. This is the door. And if you look closely, there's a light switch. And look, some shoes. Or some more shoes. We are in some overalls. And if you come through here, washing machine.